Hi, Louise. It's Joelle from Partners in Care. I just wanted to congratulate you on winning this award. It is well deserved. And I also wanted to thank you for the work that you do in Jefferson County. It is so incredible, the hard work and tenacity that you bring to the senior center and to all older adults. You are our number one resource in Madras, and I don't know what we would do without you. So thank you. And again, congratulations.
Hi, Louise. It's Lisa with Partners in Care. I just wanted to congratulate you on winning this award. So well deserved. We're so proud of you. You do tremendous work in Jefferson County. You're always so welcoming to community partners. You were one of the first people that I met in Jefferson County, and you were so welcoming to me and to our organization. Great communities are great because of the people that live there and work there and support their neighbors. And you are an inspiration for all of us to being a good community member and doing really, really important work. So congrats, so well deserved. And I'm just so excited for you.
Hi, Sho. This is Denise Harvey from the Spirit Mountain Community Fund and the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde Tribal Council. I just want to thank you for all your years of service. You served on our community fund for 18 years. You were instrumental in the beginning of our foundation, and we have much, much gratitude for all the service that you gave us. And there's a few other things though. I remember the time that I called you during the Katrina hurricane and asked for your assistance and guidance in helping our medical teams deliver medical supplies to the reservations there. And you just immediately reached out, took care of everything, and I was just so honored and so grateful to have somebody like you in our community that does whatever he can to help whoever is in need, whether it's in our state or out of our state. I recall when you took the first tour group that went to New York City after 9/11, and it's efforts like that that just make you such a remarkable person. So thank you for everything you do for Oregon and everything that you've done all over the years for all people. Thank you very much. I'm proud and honored to know you, Sho.
Hey everyone, it's me, Poison Waters, here to wish my very dear friend Darcelle a hearty congratulations on receiving the 2022 Ageless Award. Who better than you, my darling? Thank you for all you do for the community, and thank you for being you.
Hi Darcelle, it's Summer Seasons here. I just want to say congratulations on your Age Plus Award, and thank you for your over 50 years of community service. You have done so much for programs like Camp KC, Cascades Project, Our House, Esther's Pantry, and we just love you, and we're so appreciative and thankful for you.
Thank you, Age Plus, for your contributions to the successful and equitable aging for all Oregonians. As proud sponsors of the Ageless Awards, Marys Woods Retirement Community in Lake Oswego celebrates this year's honorees: Walter Cole, Darcelle, Sho Dozono, Louise Muir, and Susan Sokol Blosser.
Your mission speaks to our hearts. Marys Woods believes that continual growth toward the fullness of life is not limited by the aging process. The spirit never grows old. Come visit us at Marys Woods, where we celebrate age and celebrate life.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denise Labuda, and I'm representing the Council on Aging of Central Oregon, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. First, I'd like to say congratulations to our dear friend Louise Muir. You have been an amazing force at the Senior Center in Madras for many years and a long-term contributor to our advisory council. I'd also like to say congratulations to the other winners today for your amazing work helping seniors across Oregon. Thanks also to Age Plus for hosting this event and working hard to build community networks to support older adults who are isolated, low-income, and underserved. For over 47 years, the Council on Aging has served as the central resource hub for the Tri-County's older adults. We offer the information, referral, and programs that enable Oregon seniors to age in their homes and communities successfully.
Welcome. I haven't had a chance to say hello to everyone, but thank you for being here. It's wonderful to be in person again after 2 years. And so this is our hybrid event. So welcome to our friends who are joining us virtually as well. We are excited to have you here today at the Nines in downtown Portland. Before we begin today, we want to do our land acknowledgement, and I'm going to read it to you. So I hope that it will inspire you the way that it inspires us in our work. We recognize that Age Plus resides and provides programs and services on the ancestral homelands of the tribes who have rights and interests in Oregon and our communities. Given our commitment to the principles embodied in equity and inclusion, we acknowledge our resolve to actively recognize and to make visible by our programs and policies the special role and recognition of tribal and indigenous, indigenous elders on whose ancestral lands we reside. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to a real professional, Carrie Kimchuk, who, maybe you don't know this, but he was a 4-time winner on Jeopardy! And a well-known author, helper with people's biographies. Not to mention that he was chief of staff for Gordon Smith.
Well, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. I am Carrie. I run the Oregon Historical Society, and it's my pleasure to be back to see you all in person. And like all of you, I told President Biden today, he invited me out. I said, no, I've got the Ageless Lunch. And I'm sure you all did the same thing. So, but it's a pleasure to see you all today. And I want to begin with quotes from 3 great philosophers. The first is Helen Hayes, the actress who once said, if you rest, you rust. The second is that great baseball player Satchel Paige, who said, age is mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And the third is that great philosopher Sophia Loren. And she once said, there is a fountain of youth. It is your mind, your talents, the creativity you bring to life and to the lives of people you love. When you learn to tap this source, you will have truly defeated age. And today we're honoring 4 remarkable Oregonians who have not rusted, they don't mind their age, and they truly have defeated it by staying active and involved. And so we're going to have a great ceremony today to honor these 4 Oregonians and to support, of course, this wonderful organization. And we'd like to first acknowledge the amazing sponsors of Age Plus, our Founders Circle, the Cambia Foundation, Karen Brown Wilson and Michael Deshane. Our innovation champions, On Point Credit Union, Pickett, Demigan, McCall, and the PSU Foundation, Portland State University, and Portland State University Institute on Aging. Round of applause for our innovation champions. Our third age leaders, Big Red LLCs, Scott Burns, Care Oregon, Kaiser Permanente, Manor Management Services, Morel Inc., Oregon ALF Inc., Oregon Healthcare Association, Providence Health and Services, SAGE, Springboard Group, The Standard, Touchmark Centers, and USI Northwest. Round of applause for our third age leaders. And a round of applause for all our proud supporters there. Won't list them, but there they are. So we're going to start right out with our first honoree, and you read her biography, it's amazing. You know, Irma Bombeck once said that the word volunteer comes from 2 Latin words, volun meaning to knock oneself out, and tier meaning without pay. And you look at this, what Louise Muir does over in Jefferson County. Every day she is knocking herself out without pay. So let's learn a little more about Louise with this video.
When I came to this community in 1992, I didn't know anybody. And I think the first thing I did was look for a church. But then I got involved in some different things. When I joined, it was the Jefferson County Senior Center, and they moved into this building in 1992. I have been on the advisory board off and on most of the time that I have been up here. Our Veterans Healing Memorial here at the community center is really to make people aware of the 22 veterans who commit suicide every day. It's not only for the living, but it's for those who have passed away. It's been a blessing to me to work on it. My mother's youngest brother was killed on a ship in World War II. And so, and all three of my brothers were in the service. So veterans are a special group. They really are. I have become acquainted with so many of them up here. My life has been blessed by knowing them. I think the life lessons I need to remember, and other people should, that as people get older, they do need more help or assistance, whether it's getting somewhere or the communication is trying to keep contact with the outside world. You can take on one small project and not necessarily be gone all the time or feel like that it's taking over your life. But I will almost guarantee you, you start reaching out and you start doing things. You're going to start doing more and more because you're going to feel more fulfilled. And I just see so many needs out in our community that if somebody doesn't step up to do it, you know, it doesn't get done. And I think that's my reward. It keeps me motivated. So I feel like if I can help and do something for someone else or help them through something, that gives me a purpose.
Join me in congratulating 2022 Ageless Award winner Louise Muir.
Not sure I can. After that, I'd like to thank my family. They have supported me through the years. Truthfully, they got me started. You know how they do. My mom will be glad to do it. So I think that's where I got started, and I've just kept doing it. But there is so much need in Jefferson County, and I thank Barbara and Tom Manning for being here. They also know of the need, and they're helping build some affordable housing. And so thank you to everybody who has any part in this.
Our second honoree tonight is a true Oregon icon. If you read her biography in the program, it's remarkable. She is a role model to so many women leaders around the state. I am very proud to call myself a card-carrying member of the Susan Sokol Blosser fan club. She is a force of nature in Yamhill County, does so much for so many causes. And obviously, you know, given what she's done, it goes without saying, like Susan, like wine, gets better with age. And let's learn a little more about Susan right now.
You know, letting go of something is not easy. Giving up a career that you have been important in, and people depended on you, and this was part of who you were, was this important person in whatever you were doing. Giving that up is really hard. And you know, I ran the winery and vineyard for close to 20 years. Giving it up, the transition of 3 years that we went through, was much harder than actually running it. And I actually went through a grieving period because, you know, if I wasn't Susan's CEO, who was I? And that's why I want to look at what is traditionally called retirement as more as reinvention. And it was as if the whole world opened up to me, that I had for so many years had total focus on my business and my family, and suddenly I didn't have to do that anymore. I could do what I wanted to do. Okay, what was that? And it took me a while to figure out what it was, and that was the founding of the Yamhill Enrichment Society, or YES. I wanted it to be positive. We feel like we're creating the next generation of readers, like we're instilling a love of music and pride of performance in our young elementary school students. We're making a difference, and that feels good. Take what you have learned and pay it forward. We each are born with unique gifts which we develop as we grow. We also have with those gifts a responsibility to use them wisely for the benefit of the world. And to me, that captures what living purposefully means.
'22 Ageless Award winner, Susan Sokol Blosser.
That's okay. I'll have plenty of time. Yeah. Stephanie told me that I had 1 minute to say something, and I actually do have something to say. I am really thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be honored, not only because of what I've done, but because I'm fortunate enough to have done it in my old age. Conventional wisdom says old age is useless. We're like racehorses. We were productive in our prime, but once we retire, we're put out to pasture, we're forgotten. But we here today are rethinking this. If we stay healthy, old age can be amazing, productive, fulfilling. I didn't expect to enjoy being old, but I am. And here's one reason. I've spent my life building the skills that come with raising a family, developing a business, learning to farm, running for office, joining community boards. Navigating life with its successes and failures has taught me a lot. What am I going to do with all this learning? You know that old saying, it is better to give than to receive? Well, the beauty of old age is that because of our life experiences, we have something to give. And I believe, as I said in the video, with that gift comes a responsibility. The magic of old age comes from giving away all that you have learned. This is our gift, the gift that old age is uniquely equipped to bestow. Betty Friedan nailed it when she said, "Aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength. Do not regret growing old. It is a privilege denied to many." Thank you.
I want to be like Susan when I grow up. That's so. The best part, by the way, the biography in here, Susan's biography, the last paragraph, she and her husband, Russ Rosner, who's here today, Sokol Blosser's winemaker emeritus, live at the vineyard with 2 cats, 2 Tibetan terriers, 11 hens, and 1 rooster. I told Susan she needs to change that to 2 cats, 2 Tibetan terriers, 11 hens, and 1 very lucky rooster with 11 hens. So I do want to recognize we've got some elected officials in the audience tonight. We're honored to be joined by Oregon's Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum is with us. Ellen, so. And you may have seen him on TV because he's currently applying for another job. But State Treasurer and most importantly, fellow Willamette University Bearcat, Tobias Reed right here, so yeah, so. And I believe we're joined by somebody else applying for another job, County Commissioner Sharon Murin. Sharon, right there. And is Commissioner Lori Stegman with us? There she is also, so Lori Stegman, so yeah. State Representative Maxine Dexter, is Maxine right over there, so. And County Chair Deborah Kafori, who is Susan's daughter-in-law, was supposed to be with us today, but she ditched her mother-in-law for the President of the United States. So go figure. So yeah. So did I miss any other elected officials who slipped in? If you're here, we thank you for your public service. And now we're going to hear a little bit more about this wonderful organization, Age Plus, by watching a video here featuring Stephanie and Karen.
I'm Dr. Karen Brown Wilson, the founder of Age Plus, an organization that empowers community of all ages to value and support older adults. I've been working in the field of aging for over 40 years. My first experience with aging was with my mother, who had a stroke at the age of 55. She said, "Why don't you do something to help people like me?" And my work has always been inspired by listening to what others said they needed. Age Plus believes valuing and caring for older adults is an all-hands-on-deck proposition. This has been especially true over the last year. It required new thinking by employers, communities, and families. In this pandemic year, the issues around older adults have become more visible. We have learned just how vital older adults are in our communities as experienced workers and talented volunteers. We've missed them. We've also seen urgent needs in housing, mobility, healthcare, and basic caregiving. These challenges are more pronounced for older adults who are isolated, underserved, and living with limited resources, often in rural areas. As COVID-19 has swept across Oregon, our older citizens have borne a very heavy cost, not only in illness and in death, but in a terrible isolation we can hardly imagine. We've responded with all we could muster, from connecting at-risk people to services, to assisting with obtaining life-saving vaccinations. We've learned that it's not enough for resources to be available. They must also be accessible, equitable, and inclusive for all communities. Age Plus grew out of our promise to do something to improve the lives of older adults. Doing something means making room for older adults to continue to contribute to their communities as they are able and willing, uniting and empowering communities of all ages to respect the aging process and address the challenges it poses, helping grandparents raise grandchildren who do not fit in traditional boxes, developing affordable housing that incorporates universal design, leading community conversations about aging that focus on what's strong, not what's wrong. and stimulating partnerships that mobilize community resources to support vulnerable older adults. After all, life is too valuable to waste at any age. Age Plus, doing something for older adults through communities, generations, and innovations. Hi, my name is Karen Brown Wilson.
And I'm Stephanie Hooper. We are so excited to be with you today to celebrate 4 amazing older Oregonians whose purposeful lives continue to make significant contributions to our communities. And for the first time, we are recognizing an organization making intentional strides towards welcoming all ages through its doors.
At Age Plus, we believe older adults are tremendous assets as engaged workers, volunteers, and caregivers, just to name a few. Undoubtedly, you know some of these people. They make amazing and often unseen differences. But let's be honest, some older people also need a helping hand.
Last year, Age Plus heard from over 1,300 Oregonians through our statewide survey on aging. Their stories revealed just how much we depend on each other at every age. And they remind us that everyone can play a role in improving the lives of older adults.
Lives in a rural community. Her husband, Martin, is in a nursing home 30 miles away from where she lives. She gets by on Social Security and food stamps, but she had to let her car insurance lapse. So it's really a rare day when she gets to visit Martin. Now imagine if communities could provide more ways for older people to get where they need to go.
Ed, a Vietnam vet and nearly blind, was recently out of the hospital but is still recovering. Simple chores are harder than ever. He tends to eat prepackaged foods which are not good for his diabetes. Right now, he just needs a little more help. Imagine if someone was scheduled to come once a week and tidy up or help Ed prepare a few meals.
Esther is still living in the 2-story house she and her husband bought nearly 50 years ago, but the roof leaks. The porch deck is rotting, and from the window she can see the overgrown yard. She's struggling with the stairs. She's also worried about where to get the money to make repairs, and where does she start? She's overwhelmed. Imagine if there was accessible, affordable housing options with openings nearby.
Maybe you know someone like Ed, Vivian, or Esther. Maybe they're a neighbor, an old friend, maybe someone in your own family.
Age Plus is responding. For example, our Circles of Care program has neighbors helping neighbors like Ed and Vivian with simple chores, rides, or check-ins. Our housing initiative offers people like Esther a safe place to live close to home.
These initiatives and others are geared to strengthen communities and bring us all together to live and age well.
But we can't do this work without you. That's why we're here to ask for your support. We invite you to join us as we work to improve the lives of older Oregonians. Thank you.
Stephanie is going to join me on stage for the next part of the program. I know this isn't your first rodeo out there. You all got numbers when you came in, and the goal of today is to raise some money to support this amazing organization. Stephanie?
Am I on? Okay. So first, just some logistics. I want to let you know how people at home and here in the room can give today. You should have an envelope, a large envelope on your tables if you're here in the room with donation envelopes. So table hosts, please make sure those envelopes get distributed. Everyone, when you came in, you also had a pledge card. And so that pledge card is just waiting to be raised. And so when you're in the room and you'd like to make a gift as we go through the levels, please do so at the level you'd like to give, and leave your pledge card up until Carrie or I read your number. We have volunteers in the room that are listening for those numbers. And then when you're done with your pledge card, fill out your envelope or use the text to give option that we've been talking about throughout the program.
And that text is Ageless, AGELESS, to 44321.
So for you at home, thank you, and please use the chat and let us know you're here and supporting us. So we're starting off today at the $5,000 level. And I'm really grateful to Peggy McGuire and the Cambia Foundation who are helping us kick this off. They've agreed to match the first $10,000 raised in the room. And so if there's anyone that would like to give at the $5,000 level, please raise your pledge card or let us know online.
And if you're at home, that's Ageless to 44321.
Our next level will be the $2,500 level.
And I think we have some at that level.
And we have some at that level. Mary Dick, number 283, thank you, Mary. Tom Fink, number 304, thank you, Tom. And where's Tony Lineweber? Raise that paddle. Thank you, Tony. Number 306. We really appreciate you and Heidi. And at home, thank you to Mark and Mary Stevenson. Mark is on our board. He's our treasurer, and we really appreciate him.
Any other at the $2,500 level?
Remember to raise that pledge card when you're ready to give. So our next level is the $1,000 level. And we have several folks that have pledged that. Number 314, thank you. Number 296, thank you. 290, thank you, Susan. Number 357, thank you, Mr. Hooper. Number 370, thank you, Ben. Number 373, number 285, thank you, Michael. Number 280, number 268. Number 108, thank you, Barbara. Number 100, thank you, Heidi. Number 215.
Round of applause for our $1,000 donors there. We've got more.
We've got more. We've got Ken Thrasher at $1,000, so thank you, Ken. He couldn't be here today. Gary and Heidi Withers at $1,000, thank you. Peggy Bray, our former board member, is giving $2,000, so $1,000 twice. And Karen Barber, we're also grateful for Mary Yeager and her husband, Jerry Walker. Thank you both. Yep, we're good.
We got them all.
We got them all.
Next up, $500. And now here's where our Karen Brown Wilson, the founder, has come up with a special way to commemorate her husband Michael's 80th birthday.
Don't go anywhere, Michael. You got to come back.
Yes. And 42 years of marriage. So Karen is going to match gifts at the $500 level up to another $10,000. So let's see if we can really give it to Michael there by getting $500 matches. That's going to take 20, doing my math. 500 times 20 is $10,000. So here we go. Let's see if we can get $500 levels.
Number 279. Number 283, thank you, Mary. John, 289. Number 299. Number 296. Number 274 and 401. Thank you, Dave Carbonneau. Tony Lineweber, another 250. Thank you. 306. Attorney General Rosenbaum, 287, thank you. Number 243, number 298, number 297, number 361, thank you, Mike Marshall.
That was 343, not 243, by the way.
Thank you. Yes. 343. Number 208, Lisa Watson, thank you. Number 178, thank you, Marcus Mundy, another one of our board members. Number 139. Any other at the 250 level?
Highway 101.
Highway 101, thank you for your contribution. And 257, Kristen, thank you so much. Number 240, thank you, Walt.
Number 301.
301. Any others at the 250? Oh, Mr. Hooper, another? Okay.
357. Number 276, thank you, Commissioner. Number 277. Number 275.
Kay Turan, thank you. Number 189.
189. Karen, you're in for $10,000. We made the match.
Yay!
So, yeah, So, keep it going.
Oh, keep it going?
Sorry.
Is there anyone that would like to give it the $100 level? Karen said to keep going.
50, aren't we?
Oh, I skipped 250.
You did.
Yikes. Okay, no, she said keep going to 250. Right. Thank you. Bill Dickey, thank you. 249.
What's the $250 level? Number 243. Number 144. Number 189. Number 192. Number 146. Number 105. Number 236. 245. 253. 270. 316. 320. 321. 360. 363.
Thank you, Kim. Kim Solis, our board member.
Anybody else at the 250 level? Thank you very much.
Let's see
Well,
what's
there's
come
more down there.
online.
So, yeah.
Patience, can you just scroll up? Scroll down.
So, there you go.
There we go. Steve Percy. Thank you, Steve, from PSU. Vicki Schmall, Cameron Smith, Kathy Swift, Susan Ehrman ×2. Thank you, Susan, and Andrew Hone.
And there's more gifts coming in, I can see on online, so we thank you for submitting those online gifts. And you can give any amount in your envelope or from home. If you want to give 200, 150, 150, $5.79, anything will do. And
we really appreciate
your
it.
CPA and your state treasurer will tell you that these are tax-deductible gifts. This is a 501c3, so feel free to give.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Round of applause for all of you for those wonderful donations. I also want to recognize, as you can see in your program, we lost two honorees, former honorees this past year. Worth Caldwell passed away in January, and the one and only Jerry Frank passed away in March. Attorney General Rosenblum and I were at Jerry's memorial service here in Portland yesterday. It was a tremendously moving service of a remarkable life well lived, and so we pay tribute to Worth and to Jerry as we remember their service. And as was said, this is the first in-person one since 2019. So we did have a virtual ceremony the last 2 years, and one of the honorees last year was Gary Maffei. Gary's with us again today. Gary, welcome and thank you. And Lisa, your guest is with you today? The one and only Oregon Historical Society has honored her as one of Oregon's history makers. She is the most influential Native American leader in Oregon history. Join me in welcoming Catherine Harrison right here. So, last September marked the 20th anniversary of 9/11, of course, and one of the most memorable responses to that tragedy was what Oregon did. You may recall when this delegation of Oregonians went back to New York almost immediately after the tragedy and spread the word that Oregon was thinking about New York, supporting New York, wanted to bring New York back, and that would not have happened, as many things in Oregon would not have happened, without the leadership of Sho Dozono. And let's learn a little more about Sho right now.
My father was a high school principal in Japan, so education was part of my DNA, I suppose. I always thought education was a great equalizer. You know, didn't matter what your background, what ethnicity you were, you know, if you can educate yourself and be productive in society, that was your ticket to success. In the 1950s, 60s, there weren't that many minorities in this country, so Japanese Americans were small in population, but were very active in the community. So even in Washington, I was the first minority in our fraternity, so that was breaking barriers. And I wasn't so much into breaking barriers as much as I just happened to be one of the first ones. So, for example, business community, I was the first minority for a Chamber of Commerce in Portland for 110-year history. So, and after that, we had several African-American leaders that came after me. But so I suppose in some cases, you know, I was one of the vanguards, opened doors for others to follow. After my business career was over, I really became more involved in nonprofit business. I'm on several boards still, Providence Board, Boy Scouts. You know, I think the fact that I'm an immigrant, especially now I'm started a new foundation called New Portland Foundation, supporting immigrant refugees coming to our community. So my background is an example of how one can integrate in our community, rather than telling people this is what you should do. I have lived experience being an immigrant, didn't speak a word of English, learned to speak the language, education, being in business, and being involved in the community. So I'd like to be an example of a person that worked hard to be integrated to our community and contribute. We're living longer. We have a lot more to contribute. So I think the younger generation should really try to keep the older generation engaged. And the older generation has to come out of their shell to be active in the community. So I like the fact that this group is honoring 75 plus, because I think even at 75 plus, we still have another 10, 20 years to give back. So I really appreciate that recognition.
2022 Ageless Award winner, Sho Dozono.
Thank you very much for this honor. I was trying to remember what I should be saying after Susan Sokol Blosser's wonderful speech. So I want to recognize Catherine Harrison, that I served on her board at Community Fund for about 21 years. So Catherine, nice to see you here, one of the past honorees. So I said probably everything on the video, but came as an immigrant 67 years ago. So a lot of people don't realize I'm an immigrant like the current immigrants who are coming from Bosnia, Afghanistan, and other places. So I'm very proud to be serving as a chair of the New Portland Foundation, helping new immigrant refugees come to our community. So thank you all of you for welcoming immigrants and refugees to our community. Thank you.
One of the most popular exhibits we had at the Oregon Historical Society in the last couple of years was an exhibit we had that featured the spangliest, sparkliest, glitteriest, over-the-top outfits worn by the one and only Darcelle. We had people literally lined up at the door every morning to come in and see this exhibit. So let's learn a little bit more right now.
'91 is just a number to me. I'm able to work, I'm able to get here, I'm able to almost remember everything I'm supposed to say. And my audiences keep me young and exciting, and I have a reason to leave the house, I have a reason to primp up, and I had a reason to make costumes. I love it, it's my life. I'm not the only one in this show, so the production numbers, we gather around and discuss. There's 8 of us in the show. We discuss the song and how we're going to present it. And we do New Year's Eve, we bring out at least 2 brand new production numbers, and I make all the wardrobe for production numbers. I have no intention of retiring. As long as they can get me on this stage and I can still do something for the audience. You never know in this business who you touch, who you help over the years. I've had people come to me 20 years after I saw your show 20 years ago. I was desperate. I didn't think anybody was queer. I didn't think I could live through it. But I lived through it because I came in here and saw the happiness and the warmth that we were all having. And he said, it helped me live. If you have some purpose in your life, you can get out of bed, you can do what you do, you can make things happen for yourself and for others. This club has been my life for 55 years, but it's not my only life. My friends keep me busy. I belong to several organizations, and we do charity work. And especially during the AIDS, we supported a food bank, Our House, a dignified place to die, it's a hospice house, and help with their rent, and on and on and on. And nobody else was doing it. We did fundraisers here all the time. at Darcelle's, we learn to laugh at ourselves, then we can laugh at everybody else. Until we meet again, take all the time to make that special someone very, very happy, and stay in love.
(2022) recipient Walter Cole, aka Darcelle.
What's your name, darling? Good afternoon. What an honor. Nobody does it alone. My audiences, my friends, my beloved cast and crew, we make it happen. Well, they keep me young. I'm only 91. So they keep me young. And today, this evening, we have one show, on a boat on the river, the Thai yacht clubs. And we keep going and make it happen. And my theme is this: stay happy. Stay happy with your life, with your family. By the way, my family's here. Your life, your friends, your work. If you're not happy, move on, because happiness will see you through any age. Thank you, my dears.
There's one final award we're presenting today, and it's a new one that Age Plus has created to honor businesses that are age-friendly. And I can now reveal the real reason why President Biden is here today at the Port of Portland is because the recipient is the Port of Portland. So let's learn a little more about what the Port is doing right here.
It's been important for the Port of Portland that PDX really focus on being an age-friendly airport for the last decade or so. Before we started, we really wanted to understand what the community needed from the airport. And by establishing the PDX Access Committee, we heard from the community what they needed for us. And one of those was really thinking about elderly travelers and what they need, both in how to navigate the airport, what's comfortable, and what services they need. So we've redone our whole signage program at PDX, and we started in our new Concourse E, and we have signs now that have a much easier to read font. The signs are illuminated from the back, so they stand out quite a bit. Some of the ideas include spacing. So we designed our new Concourse E extension with breaks at 250 feet, where the building bumps out a little bit. We call it a node, and there's places to rest, and it also visually breaks up the long walk. Another idea is location. When we decided to build a new rental car center, we did not choose to put it on a bus route or a rail route far away from the airport like many airports do. We kept it in very close, and it's walkable. And I think lastly, the area that we've really improved also is using colors and icons to help people find their way. So the whole idea is for the design to lift everybody. So when I think about our journey on becoming an age-friendly airport, one, there's a demographic of an aging population to definitely think about. But the second is to think about it before you do anything different, before you develop. Don't wait and try to retrofit. Think about it up front. It makes your design better for everybody and it provides a great product.
Accepting the award on behalf of the airport and Port of Portland is Chris Zarnecki. Right here.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you very much. I'm Chris Zarnecki, Director of Business and Properties for the Port of Portland at Portland International Airport. Wow, what a tremendous honor for us to accept this award today. And I'm standing in for Dan, who would be here and wanted to be here and said, there's only one other person who would keep me from being here. And you guessed it, President Biden, who just landed at PDX a few minutes ago. So obviously a very busy day for us out there. There's no way to follow these tremendous honorees here today, and you all have been just an incredible inspiration. So I just want to say, that we take this responsibility to be an airport for all people very seriously, and we embed it in our decision making and our thinking on all of these major projects that we have going on. And I personally, my mom just arrived here, 81-year-old mom who can still travel alone. She flew in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin 2 days ago. And I was so incredibly grateful that she could do that experience on her own, to come out here to Portland to see me. And so personally, I think that's the charge we have to take with us, right? That it's not just about making the journey good for elderly folks, but for everybody, because if it's good for them, it's good for all families and everyone traveling. So I want to say thank you. The Access Committee that was established a few years ago is a tremendous amount of work. There are a number of you and participants as a part of that process who are here today. Let's keep it going. We've got a lot more work to do. Thank you to the port staff who've worked tirelessly on this as well, and know that the port and the leadership at PDX are here to be an airport for everyone. So thank you once again.
All right, I'd remind everyone that you can still help Ageless Plus get to their goal. Never too late to give. And those at home, again, that's text Ageless to 44321. You can see some more information there about donating. This lunch has long had a reputation for ending on time. We promised to get you out at 1 o'clock. It is 12:53. So I have a 7-minute song number now. We'll just leave you with one more quote, one of my favorites. Douglas MacArthur once said, "Nobody grows old by merely living a number of years. People grow old only by deserting their ideals. Years may wrinkle the skin, but to give up interest wrinkles the soul." We honored 4 people today who will never give up interest and remain very youthful. We'd invite all of you, if you have somebody 75 years of older who you think is worthy of this award, go to the Age Plus website, submit a nomination, and who knows, they may be honored here next year. Thank you all for coming, and one more round of applause for our honorees today.
Thank you.